All right, and I think we're ready to turn the lights off. So now the reveal. Wow, that's crazy. That's just insane. I love it. Hello, I'm Emily Cargetta. I'm team lead of the graphic artists here at Siser North America. And I'm super excited because today I'm going to be remaking one of my favorite and first projects here at Siser. I started out by drawing a ghost and I used EasyWeed white for that. And then within that ghost, I drew a skeleton inside that you can only see in the dark when it's glowing up. What's really cool is that it truly is a hidden message because our EasyWeed Glow doesn't have that greenish tint to it like most glows do, and it's just as thin and layerable, same as EasyWeed. I also used my name in this project, which is funny because I would never use my name in a current project, so I can tell that this was one of my first ones. So I'm just gonna pull it up here on Leo Design Studio. It's in the most recent because Halloween's coming up, and originally I did this project on just a pillowcase that I found at home, but today I'm going to be using a tote bag because that's what I found. So I have the designs pulled up from Leonardo Design Studio. It's super simple and quick to make because it's only 2 layers. So the first is EasyWeed white, like I said. Ready to send design. I'm gonna be putting in my EasyWeed white. And back when I first designed this project, we actually didn't have the Romeo and Juliet cutters out yet. That was about 3 years ago almost. And I am so fortunate to have Juliet when I'm doing this now because I don't need to use a mat. So I'm just gonna do my test cut, and I won't have to do this again because EasyWeed and EasyWeed Glow are the same cut settings. So one and done for this, and send. So I'm not sure if you can hear me okay with the cutter going, but it's pretty quiet, so I'd imagine that you would be able to. All right, everything looks good. I'm just going to send my next cut before I start weeding. And here's the EasyWeed Glow. Thankfully it's labeled because otherwise I would not be able to tell them apart, honestly. It's a very slight tint, but if I were just looking through my scrap bin, I could easily mistake the glow for regular EasyWeed. Way better than the Cricut. We love the Juliet. Cool. Okay, everything looks good. Ready to weed. Like I said, I can't really tell the difference. You can tell that they're a little bit different, but you can't tell which one's white because they look the same. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trim off the excess so that I can save these scraps for something else. Okay, so I'll start weeding my EasyWeed. Sometimes I don't use a weeder, sometimes it just, you don't need one. You just go at it, but I will grab it for the cavities. What's funny is I always hate my designs like a month after I make them because I always tell myself that they can be better, and I'm always striving to improve and be better as a designer. But you know what? This one's still cute. I'll give it to past Emily on this one. Just done weeding this, and now I'm going to take my tote bag, and it's a little wrinkly, so I'm going to pre-press it. Okay. So you always want to pre-press anything that you're using as a substrate just to get that moisture out and get the wrinkles out, and that looks perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that on there. I'm gonna take my EasyWeed. I should say EasyWeed white, and the design just fits perfectly on this press actually, so that could not have worked out better. Then the other great thing about EasyWeed is that you can quick tack it when you're layering. That way you don't have to do full presses between each color. So I just did about 2 seconds and it's on there perfectly so that I can apply our layer of EasyWeed Glow. So really the only thing that I want to line up here are the eyeballs and the nose, and I kind of use those as my anchor for where the rest of the design is going. Oh, and this little S that's like hidden in the swoosh right there. Well, when I was new, I probably took like an hour to place this because I still am a perfectionist, but at least I got better about committing to placement. So now I'm gonna go with the full press for this one. So I'm gonna full press this one because that's my last layer and I wanna make sure that it bonds properly. Wow, that's awesome. You can hardly see it in there. So I'm just gonna take this off because you cannot see that design in there in the daylight. Unless you're up close, from a distance, there's no way you'd be able to tell that there is another layer on top. So let's get the black light out. Okay, so I'm just going to use a black light over this just to really quickly show how bright this green is going to glow in the dark. By no means do you need to use a black light, but when I turn out the lights here, you're gonna see really clearly a supercharge of the EasyWeed Glow. And even just hovering it over, I mean, that's so cool. Just seeing the green just pop right out of the white. I'm sorry, this still like amazes me, honestly, because I've seen so many glow in the dark products, and this is honestly one of my favorites still. All right, and I think we're ready to turn the lights off. So now the reveal, you can see Emily's treats instead of the trick or treat. Wow, that's crazy. So you can see that the message changed. Now it says Emily's treats instead of the trick or treat. And I am just in disbelief still at how crazy this is glowing. That's just insane. I love it. Ooh, found it. You can see this is without the black light. It's without any additional help. Like I said, this just kind of supercharged that glow. All right, so like I said, this was my first project here at Siser, and you know, every day I'm like, how can I do better? Or what can we try that's new? So most recently I did a crew neck that's kind of the opposite effect, where I put EasyWeed Glow on the bottom and then I put EasyWeed on top so that I could get some of those outlines to shine through. And honestly, I love it so much, so I'm just gonna bring that one out too. Thank you. So here is the crew neck. Now you would not know that this is a glow in the dark material under here because honestly it just looks white. Every single piece on this crew neck that appears to be white is actually our EasyWeed Glow. So what's going to shine through the cards and the outline on this hand and the outline here on the crystals is just super, super cool. So I'm just going to again turn off the lights and kind of shine the black light on it just because I want to. Whoa, you can see all the fibers on the shirt just glowing. That looks so cool. So this was already glowing super well without the light, but just so I can really get it at its max capacity glow here. This is crazy because I thought that the lines were gonna be too thin, but honestly, I love how this looks. So that was my most recent glow project that I'm so, so happy with. I kind of want to steal it and wear it myself, but both of these are available on Leonardo Design Studio right at the top because I know Halloween's coming up and we all want to get ready for that. I know that me and all my friends are ready to go October 1st. So if you're still watching, thank you. And I really, really cannot wait to see what all the cool Halloween costumes are coming up. So if you haven't already tried EasyWeed Glow, go get some. It is so cool and I'm really excited to play with it more in the future.